Hello, my dear. Would you like me to read you some poetry? I thought you might. Let me begin. I remember what we did last night. I still picture you in those sexy tights, panties pulled down in a brilliant flash, unveiling what was once carefully stashed. The taste of your lips linger in my mouth, and you know I love it when it makes that pout. We never really know what this is about, even when everything seems to be going south. But what really matters is the fact that whatever we're into doesn't require a pact. So when I called you over to my house, you came running without your blouse. The ignition wasn't off in your car. You stood by the door looking hot as hell in your bra. Taking my shirt off and dropping it to the floor, you waltzed in further, slamming behind you at the door. I rose to meet your gaze as my hands fell on your hip. But you also rose to meet my pace and gently undid my zip. A little bit of nibbling and a series of selective pecks. I caressed your face and softly kissed you on the neck. You hungered and ached for me to feel you from the inside. Your knees grew weak as my fingers went in with an easy slide. Moaning with pleasure as I took you on a pleasure ride, you pushed me over, telling me to hit you from the other side. It took a little of my time before I was finally done. I then laid on my back, eagerly awaiting my turn. You held onto my shaft, saying to me, "Let's have some fun." And before I knew it, your tongue was on it in a circular motion. After you were done, you looked up to me straight, and as we stared into each other's eyes like we were new soulmates, you climbed on top of me, guided me to your holy gate, and I moved slowly inside, treading carefully in a foreign state. I laid you on your back and went in slowly and nice, and with every move I made, you had this look in your eyes. I whispered to you, "I love you," even when you knew it was a lie. But you didn't care about that, 'cause you were about to come twice. Every thrust I made took you to a new height. I couldn't get enough, 'cause to God who made me you felt tight. My muscles ached as I made love to you with all my might, and you didn't let go until we were through with the night. What went on later seems to be a blur. I can't tell how long we held on for, but I know it was sweet surrender when, captives of lust, we freed ourselves together.
Possession. It's late at night, or early in the morning, when the world is sleeping, and the wind is moaning your name. I swear it is. When I know I should be fast asleep, dreaming of end times I have yet to meet, then rise on the morrow and get to my feet. But I can't. My brain is too busy fussing over you. Your eyes, the quirk in your smile, the way you wear your confidence like an armor, the way certain words curved by your mouth, given life by your voice, are somehow so different. They move me to act upon them, a dangerous lack of control. The thoughts don't end, they keep on guessing, voices in my head reminiscing, bringing up images your words have left behind. That's when it happens. And I commit that mortal sin because I have to let you inside, pondering on how you make me say things I never thought I would, in tones I never thought I could reach, high-pitched and shrill, simpering, whimpering nonsense in languages I never speak. Ancient Aramaic, ancient Greek and Roman, the lust in my heart so strong that I'm choked, like long, nimble fingers wrapped around my throat. My fingers fly to feel flesh, to feel what remains. The column is sustained. No bruises or cuts, just a ghost of what was. Here I sit on my bed, hands cuffing ears, hoping the sound of thoughts in my head will reverberate so hard it might shatter my mind. When fists find walls and beasts growl because the memory of your release has left me so agitated I cannot breathe, left me so blind that I must feel to see, leaves me writhing in the sweetest agony, wondering how my hands found the space between my legs, how fingertips dipped to spread your flame in torturous circles, and then there's your name. And when I've come down a writhing mess, fingers drenched in my bad behavior, I swear they were yours. People knocking at my door. How do I explain what the devil made me do?
The rapture of us. It's whirling all around me, red, then blue, then yellow, then gold, so intense I melt into it, then I explode. I climb so high, lost in the sensation, I succumb to your passionate creation. I cry out in pleasure, my body on fire. I cling to your scent, hunger feeding my desire. To taste and lick, to touch, to flick, I scorch a path along skin that's slick. You feel so good, your body I adore, your skin amazing, I have to explore. I'm caught up, baby, your body against mine. Show me you crave me, let your body define. Don't hold back, let your passions flow. Move with me and let your actions show. Climbing that pinnacle, reaching together, desire whirling intense. We're on the edge, reaching and grabbing, almost there. Feel it, the anticipation, that sense of elation. We explode over the edge. Hearts beating wildly, sweat intermixed, hot and dazed, completely spent. Limbs intertwined, our bodies ebb into relaxation, our desires fed. Sleep invites us, we tenderly kiss. We both succumb satisfied and content. Rest now, baby.
Metamorphoses of the Vampire. Meanwhile, from her red mouth, the woman in husky tones, twisting her body like a serpent upon hot stones and straining her white breasts from their imprisonment, let fall these words as potent as a heavy scent. My lips are moist and yielding, and I know the way to keep the antique demon of remorse at bay. All sorrows die upon my bosom. I can make old men laugh, happily as children for make. For him who sees me naked in my tresses, I replace the sun, the moon, and all the stars of the sky. Believe me, learned sir, I am so deeply skilled that when I wind a lover in my soft arms and yield my breasts like two ripe fruits for his devouring, both shy and voluptuous, insatiable and loath, upon this bed that groans and sighs luxuriously, even the impotent angels would be damned for me. When she had drained me of my very marrow, and cold and weak, I turned to give her one more kiss. Behold, there at my side was nothing but a hideous putrescent thing, ale, faceless, and exuding pus. I closed my eyes and mercifully swooned till day. And I looked at morning for that beast of prey, who seemed to have replenished her arteries from my own. The wan, disjointed fragments of a skeleton wagged up and down in a lewd posture where she had lain, rattling with each convulsion like a weather vane, or an old sign that creaks upon its bracket, right mournfully in the wind upon a winter's night.
The spot. I know the spot that makes you hot. I'll push those buttons until all of a sudden you explode with pleasure that cannot be measured. That's it, baby. You drive me crazy. Give you what you need. You're passionate. I'll feed until you are sated and damn elated. Yes, I know the spot, and I'll connect the dots. It's you and me, connected and complete, hitting the spot.
Do you? Do you really see the reddened pout when in thought a straightened line, sometimes curved into a smile broken with the test of time? Do you think about the words she gives, things spoken into dark, into meaning, into life they are useless with no spark? Do you think about the shade of teeth when lips part to take a breath, or the sharpness of their edges, how they'd bite into your flesh? Do you see the way skin pebbles, a trail written in Morse code, or how molehills are made mountains from the stories that you've told? Do you contemplate the hue of eyes that view you as some god, the message writ in lowered lids when acquiescence is a nod? How about the tender tremors that are meant to break your verse, how every reaction's a betrayal and a tale of her curse? Do you scrutinize the arch of bone that curves the neck when you fist her hair and tug it sharply, or the corresponding hue, a flash of red staining the brown because she only wants to serve? Do you think that you're the one getting the things that you deserve? Ask about the sways of mercy when that steadfast fist unfurls, letting ebony locks free just to pet her fulsome curls. Do you think about the gasp of breath, the hidden meetings there, because her strength is found in silence, not divulging without care? Do you think about the stakes that tower higher than the sky, when she lets you in her world and speaks those things that make her sigh? Is it fair to say the things she shows you clearly cannot see, given fully, quickly gone as if imagined reverie? Do you take it all for granted, just toss it in the air, because deep down inside you know that she's not going anywhere?
I want to bury my nose in her musk, relish the rich sensation and tangy temptation. Finally my tongue seeks ardour, take it to a simmer for full flavour. I lick the bitter walnut folds as they swell to a succulent state, until savory juices mix with sweat as I gently tongue that sensitive place at a slow, sensual pace. I can taste the progression of desire, piquant, poignant, provocative. I resist touching my own fire. Concentration now is required. Steady and soft as she starts to quiver, the most exquisite taste at last delivered. A moan pulling from her chest as I lap up the pooling zest. Then 3 fingers curl I insert. Let's wait till later for dessert.
Lethe, come to my heart, you tiger I adore, you sullen monster, cruel and speechless spirit. Into the thickness of your heavy mane I want to plunge my trembling fingers' grip. I want to hide the throbbing of my head in your perfume under those petticoats and breathe the musty scent of our old love, the fading fragrance of the dying rose. I want to sleep and not to live, and in sleep as sweet as death, to dream of spreading out my kisses without shame on your smooth body, bright with copper sheen. If I would swallow down my softened sobs, it must be in your bed's profound abyss. Forgetfulness is moistening your breath. Lethe itself runs smoothly in your kiss. My destiny from now on, my delight, is to obey as one who has been sent to guiltless martyrdom, when all the while his passion fans the flames of his torment. My lips will suck the cure for bitterness. Oblivion, nepenthe has its start in the bewitching teats of those hard breasts that never have been harbor of the heart.